Hi everyone, it's Stacey Keller here. So I'm a one-to-one diet consultant and the founder of Elia's Storybox, and today I'm going to be talking about our belief systems and how our mind plays a massive part in our weight loss journey. I'm going to hopefully explain why we yo-yo diet, why we sabotage ourselves, why we find it difficult to maintain once we get to goal. So I hope you like the video. If you do, please do give it a like and a share. Do comment because I love to hear from you all, and also if you want to hear more videos or watch more videos in the future, do subscribe to my YouTube channel because I will be adding more. Hope you like it. Bye. Hi everyone, it's Stacey. So today I'm going to do a video about belief systems and internal programming and why we are like we are. Why do we yo-yo? Why do we sabotage ourselves? Why do we do all these things? And I'm going to explain it because actually you need to cut yourself a bit of slack, because it's part of your brain that's doing all these things that you're not in control of. You can become in control of it, but at the minute you're not in control of it. So you just do need to be a bit kind to yourself. Now it's going to get a bit deep, but I'll explain it in a way that hopefully it don't feel too deep. So here goes. Our brain, as you will know, is made up of the subconscious mind that we are unaware of and the conscious mind. Now, what you may not be aware of is that up to 95% of our mind and our actions are subconscious. 95%. So this means that essentially we're on autopilot at any given point, and that we are only in control of 5% of what's going on. Now, in our subconscious mind, there are all our belief systems and our internal programming that we've had and that have developed over time since we were little. Now, our subconscious mind's main job is to keep us safe. Now, safe to you and me would be making great decisions, being healthy, not sabotaging ourselves, not being around people that are no good for us. However, safe to our subconscious mind means staying in alignment with your beliefs. Now, this is all very well if our beliefs are positive, and we will have some positive beliefs, but we've also all got negative beliefs, and some of us have more negative beliefs than others. Now, beliefs are formed by repetition, so it's what we consistently hear, see and feel. So when we were little, particularly, what we heard, saw and felt on a consistent basis formed belief systems that became like a lens that we view the world and ourselves through. So if, for instance, you grew up and you constantly felt like you weren't good enough, what happens is that this then creates a belief system inside you that you're not good enough. This belief system then sticks in our subconscious mind, and our subconscious mind's job is to keep us safe, which is in alignment with that belief. So what happens? We look at the world through a lens validating that belief. So we'll find ourselves in situations where we feel not good enough. We will attract people. We will be attracted to people that validate that belief. I always explain belief systems as like jigsaw pieces, and the only thing to fit the jigsaw pieces of our beliefs are things that validate them, because our subconscious mind thinks that by validating them it keeps us safe. So if you've got a not good enough shaped jigsaw piece, the only thing to validate that are people and circumstances that make you feel not good enough. So you might find that you're surrounded by people that can be quite critical, or you might find yourself in situations where you feel a bit inadequate. I give the example of two people walking in a room, and in the middle of this room, there's this person who's dominating the audience. They're larger than life. They're commanding everybody. One person might walk into that room and go, oh my gosh, that's the most inspiring person I've ever seen in my life. Yet another person might go in the same room, see the same scenario and go, well, they think they're too big for the boots. Who do they think they are? What are they trying to do? And they might feel inadequate. And that's because we all look at the world through a lens influenced by our beliefs. Now, if you think about this with relation to our diet, We have all these beliefs and programming. A lot of the time, a lot of our decisions, I've realised, are underpinned by a lack of self-worth. When we sabotage ourselves, it is underpinned by a lack of self-worth. Now, so this not good enough belief, I do believe, lives in a lot of us. And this can manifest itself in ways with our diet. Because if we don't feel good enough and our subconscious mind, which is 95% of our mind, is driving forward to try and prove this, then 95% of our mind is not going to allow us to succeed with our diet, is it? Because by succeeding with our diet, we would be acting like we are good enough. So what happens is that we sabotage ourselves. Have you ever woken up the next day and gone, why have I done that? Why have I done that? I don't even understand why I've done it. You've eaten a kebab or you've eaten something. Hello, hubby. You've eaten something, you've done something, and you think, why have I done it? You don't even understand yourself. That is because there's only 5% of your brain that's going, I need to be healthy, I need to stick to this diet. 95% of your brain is trying to keep you in alignment with beliefs and programming that just doesn't serve us. So this is why you need to cut yourself a little bit of slack. We also, in this subconscious part of our brain, have programming that we... let me just go in a different room because we're just multitasking, you see, professional as ever. In our brain, we have other parts, other things like programming. And this programming in association. So in this subconscious part of our brain, we have learned that we use food as a reward, or we use food to commiserate, or we use food to celebrate. So this is in the 95% of our brain that is completely subconscious. So we automatically go for these things. Now, the first step to break these patterns is to create an awareness about it. Now, the first layer is the behavioural thing. So like with the reward, the commiserating, when you have your weekly weigh-in and you go, yay, I've lost like 4 pounds. And then you go, oh, I'm going to celebrate with a little takeaway tonight. That is the minute you need to stop yourself, because what we do is we do these things on autopilot. Deep down, we know that it's not the greatest thing to do, but we sometimes can't stop ourselves. That's because 95% of us, up to 95% of us, is making this decision. So we need the 5% of our brain that's conscious and wants to lose weight to go, hang on a minute, this is old programming. I don't need food to reward myself, because it makes no sense, does it? Think about it. It makes no sense to reward yourself with the thing that harmed you in the first place. Now, food doesn't harm you, but obviously we're a bit out of balance with it. And rewarding ourselves with food is part of the problem. So the food that we're going to reward ourselves with, the takeaway and the wine, is the thing that got us to where we didn't want to be. We stopped having those things, we lost the weight, we felt amazing, but then we reward ourselves with the thing that got us there in the first place. It makes no sense. And this is the thing, because our subconscious mind doesn't make sense. It's like a computer. Whatever it's programmed with, it will adhere to that programming. It doesn't have to make sense. When you put a virus on a computer, the computer don't go, ooh, excuse me, Stacey, this virus is a little bit damaging. We can't do that. It doesn't do that, does it? It just goes, oh, this is what we've been programmed with. Let's do it. And then all your files get destroyed. That is like your subconscious mind. It's programmed by what it experiences, and it just acts according to what it's been told over time. So you have to take the 5% of your brain and really, really consciously be aware of your actions. So the minute you lose 2 pounds or 4 pounds or whatever you've lost, and you go, ooh, I'm gonna have a little treat tonight, I'll have a little glass of wine. You need to go, aha, no, that we don't need to do that. And then you need to identify, do you know what? That is the way that my brain is programmed. That's not going to help me get to my goal. So no, I'm not going to do that. I am going to choose to buy a wax melt. I got obsessed with wax melts. I just used to spend a fortune on them. I'm like, ooh, I've lost a couple of pounds, I get a wax melt, I light a candle, and, you know, or go for a bath or buy a new top. Whatever it is that you do to reward yourself, just change your actions. But don't forget, your subconscious mind was programmed with repetition. You are not just going to unravel and reprogram your mind in a week, 2 weeks. This is why we have to strip ourselves back, and it takes 66 days to break a habit. That's what they say it takes. Now, people think it's less than that. It's not. So you imagine how much repetition it's taken to get this subconscious belief of reward and commiserating and this, that, and the other. It's taken so much repetition to get that belief embedded in your subconscious mind. So it will take just as much repetition and consistency to reprogram it. But every time that you do something good and you stop yourself from rewarding yourself with food and drink, and you consciously say, no, I reward myself with XYZ because that will get me to my goal. Every time you do that, you are taking a baby step towards reprogramming yourself. And to reprogram yourself even more, emotion, if you can feel emotion around that, that makes it, changes it quicker. So as you're doing this, if you can visualize how you will feel and try to feel like you will feel when you get to your goal, it will make it happen faster and it will make it more powerful. So as you can see, I hope I've explained that well. It is obviously a big topic and it normally takes me more than, I'm just looking, 10 minutes to explain it. But our subconscious mind is full of all these beliefs. And the way to unravel it is to acknowledge where it comes from. My mum told me a great analogy the other day, and she said, when you do personal development, it's like when you do with your beliefs, reprogramming them, what happens is we're losing weight and we yo-yo diet. So we're on a diet, we lose weight, we gain weight, we lose weight, we gain weight. And she said it's like having a tyre that has a puncture in it. When we go on a diet, we blow the tyre up, and when, fix the tyre, so we go on a diet and we start looking fabulous. But what happens is that over time, the tyre goes back down. And then that's the yo-yo, and then we blow the tyre up and it goes back down. And the problem is that we don't deal with the nail that's in the tyre. If we took the nail out of the tyre, fixed it, put a thingy over it, what's the word? You know what I mean? What's it called? If we took the nail out, actually fixed the tyre, then blew it up, it wouldn't go back down. And that's the nail in the tyre is our belief systems. It's all very well going on a diet and losing the weight. We can all do that because our 5% of our brain can stay in control long enough to do that at a push. However, staying there, there's still a nail in the tyre. So the tyre's going to go down and we're going to yo-yo up and down. And you have to reprogram the belief systems that are the nail in the tyre that keeps it going down. I hope that makes sense. Let me know what you think, because it is quite an in-depth topic. But once you start looking at it like this and you realise that 5% of your brain you're in control of. So you've got to be in command of it. That 5% has got to have an awareness over the other 95%. Once you've got awareness, that's the first step. Then it's about actually starting to do things differently, consciously. It's going to be hard. 5% fighting against 95% is going to be hard. And it takes work to reprogram your mind, but it is doable. I promise you it's doable. I do it all the time with myself and other people. It is doable. So just be really consciously aware of your belief systems. If you take it, it goes a lot deeper than that. So there's reasons why we behave in a certain way, like the not good enough belief. But I will do other videos about that because I don't want to bombard you with too much information. I hope this helped you. Take care and let me know how you get on.